Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Made Simple. My name is Sarah, and I'm so happy you're here for today's lesson. Today, we're going to talk about a delicious topic, English at the restaurant. Going out to eat is one of the most common and enjoyable social activities, whether you're traveling or living in an English-speaking country. But it can also be a little nerve-wracking if you don't know the right phrases to use. Well, don't worry. After this lesson, you will have all the vocabulary and confidence you need to have a fantastic dining experience. Let's get started. Part 1. Arriving and getting a table. Our journey begins before we even get to the restaurant. If it's a popular place, it's a good idea to make a reservation. This means you call ahead to book a table. You can call the restaurant and say something like, "Hello, I'd like to make a reservation for 2 people for tonight at 7 p.m." They will usually ask for your name and phone number. Okay, so now you've arrived at the restaurant. When you walk in, a person called the host or hostess will greet you. If you have a reservation, you can say, "Hello, we have a reservation for 2 under the name Sarah." But what if you don't have a reservation? No problem. You can ask, "Hi, do you have a table for 2 available?" If the restaurant is very busy, they might say there's a wait. You can then ask, "How long is the wait for a table?" They might reply, "About 20 minutes." Once they have a table for you, you can also make a small special request. For example, if you want a nice view, you can ask politely, "Could we possibly have a table by the window?" They will do their best to accommodate you. Part 2. Ordering drinks and appetizers. You're now seated at your table. A waiter or waitress will come to take your order. First, they will usually give you a menu. If they forget, you can ask, "Could we see the menu, please?" Sometimes there is a separate menu for drinks, so you can ask, "Do you have a drinks menu?" When you are ready to order, you can get the waiter's attention by making eye contact and saying, "Excuse me, we're ready to order." They will usually start by asking about drinks. You can order by saying, "I'll have a glass of sparkling water, please." Or you can ask questions like, "What kind of juices do you have?" After drinks, you can order appetizers, which are also called starters. These are small dishes you eat before the main meal. A great way to order is, "For our starters, we'd like to share the garlic bread." Part 3. Ordering the main course. This is the main part of your meal. Don't be afraid to ask questions about the menu. Many restaurants have specials, which are dishes not on the regular menu. You can ask, "What are today's specials?" If you see something interesting but you don't know what it is, you can ask, "Could you tell me what the chef's special pasta is?" And if you don't like spicy food, it's a good idea to ask, "Is this dish spicy?" When you're ready to place your order, you can use these simple phrases. "I'd like the grilled salmon," or "I'll have the steak, please." Both "I'd like" and "I'll have" are very common and polite. What if you have special dietary needs? It's very important to communicate this clearly. If you have an allergy, you can say, "I'm allergic to nuts. Does this dish contain any?" Or if you just want to change something small, you can make a simple request. "Could I have the salad without any dressing?" It's all delicious, thank you. But what if there is a problem? It's important to be polite but clear. You can get the waiter's attention and say, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, but this isn't what I ordered." Or if your food is not the right temperature, "My food is a little cold. Could you please heat it up?" Being polite will always get you a better result. After your main course, you might want something sweet. You can ask, "Could we see the dessert menu, please?" To order, you can say, "We'll share the chocolate cake." Part 5. Paying the bill. You've finished your wonderful meal, and now it's time to pay. To ask for the bill, you can say, "Could we have the bill, please?" A more casual way to say this, especially in North America, is "Check, please." When the bill arrives, you might have some questions. For example, "Do you take credit cards?" Or if you are with a friend and want to pay for your own food, you can ask, "Can we pay separately?" Finally, in some countries, a service charge or tip is included in the bill. You can ask, "Is service included?" Amazing! You've learned all the steps. Now let's put it all together in a full example dialogue. Let's listen to two friends, Alex and Ben, having dinner. The host greets them. "Good evening. Welcome." Alex says, "Hi, do you have a table for two available?" The host replies, "Yes, right this way." They sit down. The waiter comes to the table. "Hello, can I get you started with some drinks?" Ben says, "Yes, I'll have a lemonade, please." Alex adds, "And I'll just have some water. Could we also see the menu?" The waiter says, "Of course. Here you are. I'll be back with your drinks." The waiter returns. "Are you ready to order?" Alex asks, "Yes, could you tell me what's in the seafood pasta?" The waiter explains, "It has shrimp, mussels, and a tomato sauce." Alex says, "That sounds great. I'd like that, please." Then orders, "And I'll have the chicken sandwich, but could I have it without onions, please?" The waiter says, "Certainly, no onions." Later, after the meal, the waiter checks in. "How was everything?" Ben replies, "It was all delicious, thank you." Alex then asks, "Could we have the bill, please?" The waiter brings the bill. Ben looks at it and asks, "Do you take credit cards?" The waiter says, "Yes, we do." They pay, and Alex says, "Thank you, have a good night." And there you have it, a complete dining experience in English. Let's quickly recap the main stages: arriving and getting a table, ordering your food and drinks, and finally, paying the bill. You now have the phrases for every step. The most important thing is to be confident and polite. Don't be afraid to ask questions if you don't understand something on the menu. Practice these phrases and you'll be ready for your next restaurant adventure. Thank you so much for joining me today on English Made Simple. If you found this lesson helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.